Welcome to Jakey 411. So today I'm gonna have a guest come on this show, and we're gonna talk about this NBA Finals. It's the New York Knicks versus the San Antonio Spurs.
long from basketball, but we're finally back and finally able to store. If you're new here, this is I'm JLC Joseph Orbit. Well, this is Jakey 401 here. We're gonna talk about the NBA finals, but don't or we'll try to do as best we can to talk about everything you need to know about this epic series that's about to unfold. So,
Yeah,
and don't worry about those people who've been saying this series is just gonna be nothing but a cakewalk. It's still gonna be entertaining as ever before, for freaking entertaining. And
yes,
because
it
these two
is.
teams is no experience needed. It's gonna be fun. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
it's gonna be a fun series to watch. Okay, so the first question I have is, what team do you want to start talking about first?
Well, let's talk about the underdog for Earth, New York or of
New
course,
York
no,
Knicks.
you know,
Okay,
people not counting. No, not a lot of people are talking about good about them, but they've been the
okay.
biggest surprising
Yes,
story of this whole playoffs, basically.
yep. I do agree 100%. The first player I'm gonna bring up is gonna be Jalen Brunson. Okay. Jalen
Good
Brunson.
start.
No, okay. Let me start off with Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, I don't know what word to use, but man, these playoffs this year, I I I would consider him probably having his best playoff career this year. Look at how well he's playing. Like he's playing lights out. He just being such a great addition to the New York Knicks. He's doing a fabulous job with the team. Is there anything like to add to it?
I liked how you start out with his best performance because really it's when we look at stats or advance, and it's not really, but when we look at impact, when we look at how much he's carrying towards a team, he is doing his best playoffs. It's because he's helping out this because the gravity of what Brunson is doing has been phenomenal. He's been helping out this team gigantically with his way how he's just been getting to the paint or just maneuvering for more space. It's a lot of ways it's been some of the best go- but it's tell you this: with the shoes off, he's 5'11", but with the shoes on, he's almost 6'1". So the
Yes.
thing is, what it is, if we're talking about a player who is very hard to guard despite his height, he's super insane to do how he just gets around contact that makes him one of the most hardest players to guard inside the entire league. He's playing like a top five player in the league right now. When in the season he was like a top 15 player around there, and that's the curious thing. A lot of people will basically underrate him throughout the year, and now he's showing everyone, hey, I'm ready to work. I'm ready to show everyone that this team is worth watching.
Very, very, very true. That's another good point you brought up, but I want to mention is also too, I'll bring up another image where he's having another impact on the sidelines is Mike Brown. Look at what Mike Brown is doing. He knows Jalen Brunson is a really good, talented player. He knows what he's capable of doing. He's putting the right system around him. Like he's putting a team together, and then he's doing such a I don't know what word to use, but he's doing a fantastic job at coaching Jalen Brunson, giving him tips or giving him pointers where he can help out the team, where he can get to the next level.
Now, where I think you're looking for is opposite approach because last year it was Tom Thibodeau who was coaching this team. He was going a defensive approach and pace. But this year we're talking about more heavy offense, more ways to focus on to pass the ball to a team, a pass to
Yeah.
assist. It's not really
Mhm.
making assists happen. It's making the team focus on like 4 passes leads to an open shot, uh,
Mhm.
or more, or and that's what Brunson is organized around this team. We see a New York team that's really been the best really since Ewan. And we weren't even born in the years when Patrick Ewing was at his peak. Both
Yeah.
of us were. And most of us who are watching this series are not born during those years. So the and that's when they were in the finals, and they almost won, but they were in the 90s. Is when Michael Jordan was tired playing baseball, but they were so close, but yet so far, as the saying goes. And that's the thing that I think Mike Brown has been doing is really how focusing on things that they did touch on last season, which is focus on the little things that offensive brings. Things, a pass to assist, making the tight corners, or moving around on the 3 point line a little bit more, or making a foul. Little things like that, even things that we haven't touched on, which is just really exciting for Knicks fans out there to just see them make it to the mid-finals.
Yes, yes. That is all excellent points you brought up, but I'm going to bring up the next image. Michael Bridges. Michael
Oh, we're going
Bridges?
down to guards.
Michael Bridges. I will say this about Michael Bridges. When I was watching the NBA Eastern Conference when they were playing against when they were playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Man, look at Mikael Bridges. He went and shut down James Harden. He's definitely another type of player where he's making a big impact on the team. Like if they need him to play defense, he didn't play defense. Mike Brown Mike Brown is doing such a good job with
Uh,
coaching
I
the
really love
entire
how
team, and
you address that.
the
Oh,
reason
sorry.
why is because he's making the right adjustments when he needs to. Like if he needs to like put a certain player in there, if he needs to put certain lineups in there where he can have since out on the court. Look at the Knicks. Look at Michael Bridges. Look at Jalen Brunson. Look at how well they are playing as a team. They're just doing such a great job. And Michael Bridges, he's going to make a big impact during the NBA Finals for sure.
Oh, please don't listen.
Yeah, Michael Bridges is going to make a lot of big impact this year during the NBA
Okay,
Finals.
I didn't lose you. Okay, okay. I really love how the points you were bringing out because a lot of people will say that James Harden is not that very hard to go or because of how bad he is in the playoffs. But really, what is basically when you've been criticized all your life, how bad you've been playing, and you want to do more to resonate with yourself to prove that I was wrong. But Mikal Bridges wasn't giving him that, and that's the thing I think that we had to realize this entire time He's one of the unsung heroes Mikael Bridges is of what this team is capable of. He's a 3D guy that is more than a 3D guy. If he is hot this entire series or the wins that they have, they got a good chance of winning. Let's just be honest. This team has a lot of shooters, and it all starts with Bridges making his shots and making it work. He averaged 17 points tonight, with 5 boards. They got a good shot of winning this. It is, but it all starts with the stars and with everyone understanding. Hey, if we're making our buckets everywhere, we make this team a little bit worried about us, and that's the key. Being worried about losing this entire thing. The more worried you are, the more mistakes you make, and that's the and this is the many files we're talking about here. Of course, it's gonna be worried, or else it's going to be critical. And that's what Brunson. That's what. Sorry, that's what Bridges brings.
Those are all excellent points you brought out, but there is another player I definitely want to bring up. It's Carl Anthony Towns. Look at Carl Anthony Towns. Let me just say this about Carl Anthony Towns. Carl Anthony Towns, he's just he's just been that elite center what the New York Knicks have. Let me tell you the reason
Good
why.
way to play.
No, let me reason why is because look at what Mike Brown is doing. He's doing an excellent job at coaching. Is Carl Anthony Towns. Carl Anthony Towns in like grabbing rebounds. He doing a lot of like box out there where he's doing everything he can on defense. He's putting some points out there and he's shooting some threes. He's not shooting a ton of threes, but he's trying to do everything that's possible to help the team make it make a deep run in the playoffs. And then look at Carl Anthony Towns now. Now they are at the NBA Finals, and he's going to definitely be a good impact on his team for sure. And
Let me clear up something. Oh,
he's definitely going to
keep going,
be
Jacob.
it's going to be fun to watch Carl Anthony Town play against his Wemby. Victor, no, it's gonna be fun to watch Wemby against Carl Anthony Towns. It's gonna be a fun matchup.
Let me clear up something first, Jakey, before we start with Towns. The reason why this care moving the hip around is the phone bars are not best. I know you guys are distracting to people if that's the case. Now, let's get back to the video. Towns really is an X factor. This team. Let's be real. Ill. He has his disadvantages and he has his excellent strengths. If he is focusing on his weaknesses, which is his defense, this team is a terror.
Yeah, that is all good points you brought out too. And then another one I want to mention.
Jacob.
Okay,
Towns, if he makes, we're talking about the guy who wants to be compared to Dirk Nowitzki, who wants to be the best shooter ever in shooting history. What is there? Even he had to bring up that ball. It's been so long ago. If he wins, he's got to say it. He's got to say it that he's the best big man shooter. Or let's just be real. He's going to have to have a very good shooting night on all fronts to be able to win. He has to keep out of foul trouble to make the team. Oh,
that is a great point. Yeah, yeah, I
okay,
can
okay.
still
Let
hear
me
you.
my earphones fell. Oh, but anyway, let's just be Towns is going to be really the biggest key. If he focuses on two ways, this series is gonna go a distance or have a good shot of winning. Winning, either one of the two.
Yep, that is a great point you brought up. But now I want to talk about is where he's going to make an impact with Carl Anthony Towns and Brunson. And what is that player name, Joseph?
OG Ananobi, hey,
Yes,
my
LB. Yep,
former Raptor.
yep. He definitely is a great impact. Look at how well he's playing on team. He's playing great defense. He's he's doing excellent job at guarding players. Like and he's just doing so well. And then another point I want to bring out too is trying he's trying really hard to improve his offensive game as well, like shooting threes. He's definitely is well, he definitely has shown this year he's capable of playing offense as well, where he's like, hey, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna do my very best on offense. I'm gonna try to drop at least like 20 points out there. He's gonna do everything possible. He's gonna play defense as well. So it shows how well Mike Brown is doing an excellent job at coaching him as well. Yep, certainly does.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Mike Brown's career has always been a guy who's been offensive, but defense has always never been adjusted towards his coaching when it comes to sports. But let's just be real here. This is his best year of what defense been paying attention to throughout his career. OG is one of those cases where you know that he's going to play the best two-way game inside of the entire team.
Yep,
And next to Wemby, he's probably the most supported defender on his entire series. We has had to be here. OG is a guy who can guard almost a 1 through 5. Uh, uh, it all depends on what the team brings. Yeah, the Spurs, who they play at the center spots. They're gonna play mostly Wemby. They're gonna play mostly Cornette, but they play Carl Bryant in center. That's not going to work on Giannobi. Let's just be real here. He's a tricky guy that will steal the ball, make chase down blocks, make big shots. They will probably leave him open, and but that's when and if he makes those shots, oh dear, they're gonna pay the piper.
yep, that is all good points you brought up too. One of the reasons why the New York Knicks brought no traded for him is because of his capabilities on defense. That's one of the reasons why they brought him in. He's such a good defender. He brings that to the team where he plays really good defense. That is that's another good point to bring out too. And then he done a fantastic job this year with the Knicks, and it shows how he how he made how he made improvements as well.
Yes, most definitely. He has been making big improvements. And that's really like how he just been addressing towards the switches to the team. Really a amazing player to resonate because this is my former Raptor. I'm a Raptors fan, and I didn't get much about him during the playoffs, but more so towards the regular season. He's a top 10 Raptor all time, and in Toronto we miss it's him. He have not fun there. Let's be real. He's been making his best towards his career as a Nick, and that's pretty good at him.
Yeah, those are all excellent points you brought. Okay, Now the player I want to mention is
Uh,
Wemby.
Hang
Oh
on, Jacob.
man,
Uh, Hang on, Jacob. If we miss a player that you love, guys, we're sorry. We just need to get on to the video and talk about the Spurs. So sorry if we left out a player that you really love. So it's a team Wemby, Jacob.
okay. Thanks for sharing that. So Wemby, I remembered when San Antonio went and drafted him, and best. He was the best center out of the draft. But look at him this year. Oh my, he's just. I don't know what word to use, but he's unstoppable. Like any player wants to get to the rim, he's gonna block you. He's gonna get like three, four, five blocks in one game. And you're just like, I don't even know how someone could do that. Like I've never seen that happen in the past, where someone gets so many blocks out there, but not just blocks. But I want to mention is like he's finding other ways where he makes a big impact in other areas, like shooting threes. He went and made some deep threes in the playoffs this year. So he's going to be one of those players where you're going to have to try really hard to guard him. If you don't guard him, he's going to drop a bunch of points. He's going to be out there like shooting like he's going to probably make like two or three pointers in a game. He's gonna get like three blocks in that game. He's gonna drop like probably 15 or more points out there. He's going to be a player where the San Antonio fans are just going to be chanting. They're going to be happy like it when he gets a foul and he goes to the line. There, I will not be surprised if they chant MPV. Why? Because they know he's such a talented player on that team. There anything you'd like
Yes.
to add to it?
Really, there is no way to describe this player when it comes to Lemmy. He's doing numbers that only Akeem and Wilt Chamberlain had done. And if you're a guy who's watching us who knows NBA history, or just heard those names before, or or, or we're talking about a player who is doing things on there, but the player that come to mind who they compare to that's two. Route Sampson and who was the other one? Brad Miller. And the reason why I brought those guys up, I know they play in different decades. One played in the 2000s, while the other one played in 1980s. One was 7'4", while the other one was 6'11". But one can really defend highway on the rim protection and switch onto guards and block shots, while the other can shoot trees and make a big engine because of rebounds. And that's the thing with Wemby. He has that combination of both of those guys where he can go off the most nose on the 3-pointer. And then next thing you know, so he's gonna make a huge wall of blocks. And we have to combine two players to talk about a player who it is we never saw before, which is just been crazy to think about because both of those players were very good, but not superstars. And that's the thing. Wemby is the best player inside of the entire or if he is playing like close to triple double or quadruple double, oh, this series is pretty much locked in.
Yeah, those are all great points you brought out about Wemby. But the next player I want to mention is Castle. Oh man, Castle, he just playing so well. Like, man, I don't even know how many dunks he made in the playoffs this year. He just made that big dunk against Oklahoma City in the last series. He did that, so he's making an impact that way too. And do you have anything to add to that?
Actually, add on the other side what he's been doing on the court because what's specifically here, I want him to make all defense. In my opinion, and Dyson Daniels, he didn't deserve all defense. Or no offense to Dyson Daniels, he was very good this season. But to me, the Sound Castle has just been more and more helpful towards this team because if it wasn't for him during this whole season, they're not guarding and their steals are not have been a big giant impact. Their game has been a giant impact. Pay attention to some of the best perimeter shooters or to games they offer. And he's been guarding those guys. He's been very well. Impressive for a sophomore. And that's the team with Castle. Throughout the playoffs, he's been paying attention to Shea, Anthony Edwards, words, words, words. Devin Booker, Jalen Green. We're talking about guys who are all talented guards at ball handling. And if if those guys are going off or are making more shots than we get worried some, Castle is making sure those shots are missed. Those shots are missed. You don't need to make a steal. You don't need to make the block. You just need to make the miss. Yes. The more misses happen, the more chances we have of fast breaks. And Castle's been pretty much been doing that. That's the second most important player this entire playoffs for the Spurs. Really, it's been impressive work from Castle.
Yeah, that is all good points you. That is all good points you brought out about Castle. That is another good point too. But I wanna talk about this player as well, where he's making an impact too. Like I want to give you another example. Okay, D. Aaron Fox. He's been a big impact on this team, but the last series he just had a minor injury. I do understand he's been injured. He hasn't been there 100%, like during the playoffs. But the thing is, when when he came back, he definitely stepped it up. Where they beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, where he dropped like 15 points or more. He's like shooting some threes. He's just doing so much for the San Antonio team. And is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
Really, he's the fastest guard we have seen in years. Probably the fastest guard this entire series since
Yep.
the years of Chris Paul when he was at his peak. But we're talking about a player Fox has been doing so much more towards his team in the little ways possible. He's not playing as a star player that we want to, but really, I think that people have been way too hard hit on the internet because he's been hurt. And not just been hurt, but also, let's say he has the most pressure. He's been in the playoffs, us, and he's the second best player talent in the squad on the Spurs, fifth guy on the NBA Finals. And if he is averaging more than what he's been doing, which is 16 points, 31% field goals with 6 assists, if he's averaging more than that this series is going to go very quickly quickly Spurs way. Well, just he has been not good at threes, but he has been good in areas where you do, where he hasn't had the ball. He's been a guy who they have to pay attention to because if he is making impact and pace, the game is pretty much worrisome, and that's what we as casual fans don't realize is that Fox is more important than we realize, or the haters basically hate too much.
That is all excellent points you brought out about Aaron Fox, about Wemby, and about the Knicks. It's gonna be a fun series to watch. But now I would like to get you this part of the video. What is your prediction of this NBA Finals? Who do you think gonna win the championship this year? What do you think?
Barry's almost dead. And sorry we didn't address the rest of the Spurs guys. We only talked about three guys. But to me, this series, I want to go the distance to 7 games, but I don't know it's going to go there. I'm going to go 6 games still. Spurs win in New York. But let's be real here before I give you your prediction. If the shooters are shooting well on the Spurs, like Julian Champagny, Kellen Johnson, and who else is on that team who can shoot well? Bryant. It. There's someone who I forget. Get a. Oh yeah, Dylan Harper. He's been very good. But he's not a shooter. But he's been very good. If they're playing well, this series is gonna go easily 5 or 6. So I'm gonna go there. 6 games.
Yeah, I do actually agree with you. It's gonna go to 6 games. It's gonna be a close matchup. It's gonna be definitely a fun series to watch on TV. But I predict that San Antonio is going to win the championship, and it's gonna go
Hey,
to 6 games, and they're gonna win the championship. And then also I predict who's gonna be the series trophy. I predict it's gonna be Wemby. Wemby gonna get the MVP trophy. I predict he's gonna get that as well. And the San Antonio won the championship this year. That's what I predict.
yes. I predict Wemby. I think everyone predicts Wemby unless the Knicks win. And but let me ask you a question, Jacob. If this series goes 7 games, you think the Knicks have a pretty much a shot to upset the team, the Spurs?
Well, the Knicks have a good chance if we go to game 7, but it's gonna come down to I believe it's gonna come down to a coaching where they make the right adjustments, and then also and it's gonna be the kids not doing a lot of turnovers. That's gonna be one of
Yeah,
the keys. Yes, that's gonna be the key
yeah,
in coaching. Putting the
mm,
right lineups out there.
yeah.
That's gonna be another key too.
But I also got we've been addressing Mike Brown too much. Mitch Johnson has been very good while coaching his entire year.
Yep.
He just been letting these young players play up to their potential. Harrison Barnes is the only guy in this team who has high experience during the playoffs in the semifinals, and he's only going to play 15 minutes. So it's going to be very fun to see Mitch Johnson just been focusing on this team through the will stuff. It's just been really exciting to see a team that's so young to be able to show themselves how they input as they beat the guys who have been cheating this entire year. So what's this had a very good series and what does it see how many people are watching in here?
Yep, that is all. That is all a great point you brought out. Let's see what's gonna happen this year with the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
So
yes.
yes, and then thanks for coming on my channel. It was great talking about basketball, giving our prediction, and then also doing player breakdown, what impact they had on the team. That was totally fun too. Thanks for coming on this show.
Yeah, yes. Like and subscribe on both our channels.
Yep,
It's JLC Obligations and it's JK401 here. Signing off. We'll see you. Probably a video uploaded before the NBA Finals starts. If it doesn't, we'll probably come up on halftime. All right. Hopefully, you catch everything the week we handle because this is not going to be the last video we talk about.
yep, I totally agree. All right. Thanks for coming on the show, and you'll have a great day. That's all I had for the video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and then also subscribe to the channel. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers as well. Comment down below. What is your prediction on the NBA Finals? Who do you think is going to win? Comment down below. Talk to you all later. Bye now.